Hi, I'm Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy Segment Show. Also today in this segment, I'm at the Allen Heritage Center Depot Museum in Allen, Texas. The Allen Heritage Center Depot Museum is located on 100 East Main Street in Allen, Texas. Also, the museum is open every second and fourth Saturday from 10 to 2. The depot was built in 1876, and the tracks that go by the depot were originally owned by the Houston and Texas Central Railroad. In 1848, it served as a water stop for the Galveston and Red River Railway, which was chartered by Ebenezer Allen, who founded the town. By 1856, the Southeast Texas to Red River Railroad would transition to the Houston and Texas Central Railway. By 1872, the Allen Township began to acknowledge the progression of the track rail with the completion of the railway to Red River City, Texas by 1873. In 1905, Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, visited this depot when he was en route to San Antonio, Texas for a Rough Riders reunion at the Menger Hotel. This depot was where passengers would also board a train or arrive on a train and even wait inside the depot and buy a ticket as well. Then, in 1959, it was soon closed to passenger service. Then the depot soon became a museum known as the Allen Heritage Center Depot Museum as it is today. What you see right behind me is Lake Superior and Ishpeming 20. Lake Superior and Ishpeming 20 was built by Alco in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 1910 and is the 943rd steam locomotive built by that factory and is a 280 consolidation type steam locomotive and is an S3 class steam locomotive. Originally, the locomotive was numbered 13. For several years, this locomotive was used to haul freight on the Lake Superior and Ishpeming Railroad as well. It was meant to haul ore cars as well. Then, in 1923, it was renumbered 20. Then, in 1963, it was bought by the Marquette and Huron Mountain Railroad. In 1969, it was retired and ended up in a scrap line in Marquette, Michigan, and was nearly cut up. Thankfully, there was light at the end of the tunnel. In 1985, it was then sold to the Harvey Corp. Then in 1989, it was purchased by the Grand Canyon Railway in Williams, Arizona. It never actually operated on the Grand Canyon Railway. It just sat on display at the railroad's depot in Williams, Arizona. It would even be stored on the Y in Williams, Arizona, and was going to operate on the railroad, but that plan never worked. In 2007, it along with another Lake Superior and Ishpeming steam engine number 18, which is also the same class and has the same wheel arrangement, was traded by the Grand Canyon Railway to the Mount Hood Railroad in Hood River, Oregon, for Spokane, Portland, and Seattle 282-532, which is now at the Interpretive Center in Kalama, Washington. Then, the next year, this locomotive and the 18 were purchased by the San Luis and Rio Grande Railroad in Alamosa, Colorado, till that railroad discontinued the steam program. And 18 would later go to the Colebrook-Dale Railroad in Pennsylvania a year after this locomotive was bought from Iowa Pacific Holdings. The two locomotives were transported by flat car from Oregon to Alamosa, Colorado. This locomotive never operated on the San Luis and Rio Grande Railroad, but was stored in the yard in Alamosa, Colorado. Then, in 2019, it was listed for sale on Ozark Mountain Railcar. In 2020, it was then bought by the city of Allen, Texas, and was put on display at the Allen Heritage Center Depot Museum in Allen, Texas, where it is seen today. It was transported by 4 semi-trucks, which the locomotive was transported in sections. Then, once it got to the site, it was remounted together. Starting in 2021, it was being repainted. In 2022, the locomotive had a plastic sheet tent covering it. This was when it was being repainted. Then once it was uncovered, the locomotive's tender was relettered saying Ebenezer Allen, who was the founder of the town. Also, Lake Superior and Ishpeming 20 is one of 11 surviving Lake Superior and Ishpeming steam locomotives surviving today, and all of them surviving are all 280 consolidation types, and 20 can be found here on display at the Allen Heritage Center Depot Museum in Allen, Texas, where it is preserved today.
What you see right behind me is the Seaboard Coastline Caboose.
The Seaboard Coastline Caboose was built probably by the Seaboard Coastline shops in Rocky Mount, North Carolina in 1967, 1968, 1969, or 1970 and is a steel caboose. This car spent many years being used on the back end of freight trains many years ago and used as the railroad crew's office to look out for any problems along the tracks on the train as well. Then it was retired. It was then marked as RPCX and numbered 61064. Then in 2009 it was listed on Ozark Mountain Railcar's website. Then shortly after being listed it was purchased by the city of Allen, Texas, and was then displayed in a park in the middle of a shopping center, as it was known as the Village Express Caboose. It was lettered Houston and Texas Central and was to honor the town's founder, Ebenezer Allen. Then, in 2020, it was then moved to the Allen Heritage Center Depot Museum in Allen, Texas. Also, it was repainted. Today, it can be found here at the Allen Heritage Center Depot Museum in Allen, Texas, where it is on display today.
Okay, I'm going to show you all the exhibits that are inside the depot. I'll get behind the camera and show you around, so here we go. Okay, here we go into the depot. So here's the water tower, there's like an event going on outside, which is why there are horns. Anyway, here's a case with that American Flyer engine. Here's more of this. Sorry. And here's a cutout. This is how you would have communicated with the telephone. And here's a luggage cart. And here's a glass case. Here's a model railroad. This is HO scale. Looks like Southern Pacific Cotton Belt. And yeah. And here's a bell that you can even ring.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed learning about trains with me today in Matthew Lap Train Guy segment show. Also, I hope to see you all again in the next segment. And if you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, the subscribe button is just down below the video screen. And if you didn't give my Facebook page a like yet, here's where you'll want to go. And if you didn't give my Instagram page a follow yet, here's where you'll want to go as well. And also be sure to get your merch at teesprings.com. The link is in the description box below, along with the Facebook page and Instagram pages. And remember to subscribe to the Train Guy. So this is Matthew Lapp, host of Matthew Lapp Train Guy segment show. Sign out until next time. All aboard!